I am back.
Yes, Ronnie's back. All right, let's get started. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Smart Marketing Foundations webinar by Ms. Ronnie Ramos from Harmony 3 Productions. Today is the third session of the four-part series, and we'll learn about video works today. My name is Jeannie Yang, and I'm a business and loan counselor at PACE. Thank you for joining us today. As usual, this webinar is brought to you in partnership with the City of LA Economic and Workforce Development Department, EWDD, and BusinessSource Pico-Union Westlake Vision, operated by PACE Business Development Center. This webinar will be recorded, and at the end of the webinar, you'll be asked to participate on our survey. So please make sure that you complete the survey. And before we learn something new today, I'll do a little housekeeping items. Pacific Asian Consortium in Employment was established in 1976, and we are a 501 nonprofit organization. We have five huge departments, from business to workforce development to utility assistance and housing and education. Our five departments are equipped with the necessary services to tackle poverty and economic inequality in diverse community across LA since 1976. So our business department offers one-on-one business counseling, credit and asset building, business and financial plan development, webinars and trainings, just like today's, to help you establish a brand new business with an idea or help your existing business. We can also guide you to get into procurement contracts. So if you're interested in any of our services, please visit our website, pacela.bdc.org for more information. All right, let's dive into our topic of the day. Pleasure to have you back with us, Ronnie. Let's
Thank
get
you.
started.
Thank you. So, we're talking video today and specifically short form video, but any of the tips and best practices that I'm sharing with you today can absolutely carry over to long form video. But we're talking short form, which is a type of video that you would use to create content on a regular basis for social media for your business. And no matter what type of business you have, whether it's a product or a service, B2B, B2C, B2G, video is really important for all of us as business owners. So, in this day of AI, this is really me here with you today. So, we're going to keep a close eye on questions and chat. I want to make today as interactive as I can, answer any of your questions in real time. And video is my playground. I'm a video producer. My company does content creation, and video is a big part of that. So, any questions you have, this is our hour together. I'd love to connect with you on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, I'm Ronnie Ramos, and on most other social, I'm under my business name, which is Harmony 3 Productions. If you want my best tips on a semi-regular basis, I'd love to have you sign up for my newsletter. You're going to get a copy of the video. You can scan the QR code right from the video, and I give random bits of encouragement, and really it's kind of behind the scenes. I share things that I'm working on that aren't quite ready for prime time yet, but it's a great way to kind of keep up with the different things that I'm learning about before I turn them into a complete webinar. So you kind of get advanced knowledge, and it's just a great place to connect. All right. So we're talking, I want to make you video marketing masters. I want you to understand the process and be able to do it for your own business. Scroll stopping content. And what does that mean? I want your content to grab people's attention, the people that you want to see your content, enough that they will stop scrolling and watch your video. Short form video, you do not need a big budget or production crew. It's just you and your phone and the right strategy. So, when they talk video revolution, it is absolutely true. It is the way that we want to communicate. 73% of consumers prefer video over any other type of content, and it gets 3 times more engagement. Engagement is, views, likes, shares, comments. Those are people that are doing something when they see your video, and the algorithm loves that. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and YouTube is definitely a platform you should be looking into. Unprecedented opportunity for small businesses to reach millions of people without spending a fortune. The best part, you've already got pretty much everything you need in your pocket on your smartphone. It is such a powerful content creation tool. And with today's editing tools that are out there, you can create professional looking videos. It makes video production accessible to everyone. So, what I want you to quote unquote master, or at least dabble in today, is content ideas that convert. So, we're going to talk about some simple video types, content concepts that work for any business, no creative genius required. And then want to show you some of the technical basics on how to create professional looking videos, again, using just your phone. And by the way, as I said, my company is a video production company and content creators. And I am not ashamed to say I have done complete jobs with my cell phone. I have an iPhone. The quality is amazing. And you can do things, we do things on our iPhones that my regular video camera would not do as good a job with. So don't think that you need big fancy equipment. You can do it with your phone. And how to help make your script writing simplified. Absolutely, I use ChatGPT every day, and I use it to help fine tune the scripts that I have in my head. And in my head, they're just bouncing around, rambling, but I use content creation tools like ChatGPT to fine tune them and turn them into scripts. And be aware of video hooks. And it's the art of grabbing attention in those first 1 to 3 seconds. And really, these days, it's about a second and a half to keep people on your video before they just scroll past it. Somebody's saying, well, you get the recording and slides. You get a copy of the recording, not the actual slides themselves. So why video? Why now? Well, the algorithm has absolutely spoken. Video is king. And platforms, they're prioritizing video content because users stay on the video longer than on a static post that is being engaged longer. And so when you show up on video, you're not just sharing information. You on video, you're building genuine connection and trust. People buy from people that they know and like and trust. And video accelerates that relationship faster than any other medium. Video builds trust faster because when your audience sees your face and hears your voice and witnesses your personal style, your personality, they feel like they know you. And that authenticity is impossible to fake, right? People see through anything that is not authentic. And it's an incredibly powerful way to build business relationships. Video and you being on video humanizes your brand, and it shows your audience that there's a real person who really cares about their success. And that emotional connection is really what translates directly into higher conversions and customer loyalty. You are the brand. You are promoting your brand, your service, your product. Do you have to be on camera all the time? No. But I want you to do videos a lot. And you don't have to always be the face on the video. But if you can be, these days, that really is the gold standard. All right. So why does your video mindset matters? Well, I want you to think about a few things. Perfectionism is the enemy. Done is better than perfect. Your audience cares about the value for them and your authenticity. They don't care about production quality. Some of the most successful videos are filmed in like 10 minutes with natural lighting. You can do this. Start before you're ready. Waiting till you feel ready means you're never going to start. Your first video won't be your best video, and that's completely okay. Every creator starts like this. Every creator has to make their first video. My first video was terrible. I I had the radio playing in the background, which is an absolute no-no, right? My dog was barking in the background, and I I, I just went ahead and posted it, right? But that authenticity, it resonated, and you build upon your last video. So start. Absolutely just start. Consistency beats brilliance. Showing up regularly with decent content will always outperform sporadic bursts of perfect content. You want to build your habit first, and then you can refine your craft second. Your habit is posting on a regular basis. So, breaking through camera shyness is probably the main thing that I hear from my clients. I don't want to be on camera. So if you're nervous about being on camera, you are not alone. But it is one of the barriers that stops a lot of business owners from leveraging the real power of video. And the good news is that camera confidence, it's a skill that you can develop, and it's not necessarily a talent you're born with. When COVID hit, I had done a great job for a couple of decades never being in front of the camera. When COVID hit, I knew I had to be on camera, I had to be on Zoom, I had to be doing social media videos. I knew it in my bones. And my choice was have my business dry up or be on camera. So I did it cold turkey. I just started being on Zoom, started making videos with me making the video. It was that important to me to give my business what it needed, which was video content, that I always think of it like I just had my hand here, and that was comfortably for decades not being on camera. And I just had to flip over my hand. It's still me, but now I am on camera. And that's how simple and how hard it can be for you to realize you need to be on camera. So practice talking to yourself. Make some video clips just for you, and you can delete them immediately after you see what you look like. That removes the pressure while building comfort with getting yourself seen on camera. You can also start with your videos where you're just doing the voiceover. You could show your work or products or B-roll footage while you narrate, right? And that can ease you into video without you having to be on camera at the very beginning. And embrace that imperfection. Stumbles and pauses and it can really make you seem more relatable. Your audience connects with real humans, not polished robots. But I have to do a little sidebar here. I use AI avatars all the time. Sometimes I just don't want to be on camera, right? I don't want to have to, get up, do my hair and makeup and figure out what I'm going to wear and what kind of background. I can use my avatar to do that. So avatar is basically a fake Ronnie, looks just like me, sounds just like me, but I can just type in what I want her to say. But I'm always very clear with my videos that it is AI Ronnie or almost Ronnie or Ronnie-ish, whatever I want to call it. But I'm always transparent when I am using an avatar. But I absolutely incorporate that into my videos, into the mass amount of content that I have to create. I'm using tools all along to help make it easier for me to create the number of videos that I need to create. All right. So let's talk about some simple content ideas that can actually work no matter what type of business you have. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. These particular types of video can require very, very minimal setup and work across all different types of industries. So I see a question, where is the avatar? So what I'm talking about an avatar is a fake Ronnie, right? It is an AI version of me that I can use to say whatever I want it to say. And I create the video with an avatar of me. A video, it looks like me, sounds like me, and all I have to do is type in what I want it to say. Okay. Behind the scenes content, works really well, no matter what your industry is, because people love that. They love to see the process. People like seeing how things are made, how you prepare for your day, or what goes into the service that you provide. That type of content is incredibly easy to film because you're already doing that work. You just need to hit record. So some examples are your morning routine, maybe preparing your workplace, packing orders, or preparing for appointments, or maybe how you source materials or ingredients, setting up a client meeting or an event. Also, educational quick tips, these are great. A problem that your audience has and you have the solution. That's gold. Struggling with whatever the problem is, here's the fix. This simple structure, it addresses the pain points that your customers or clients have and positions you as the expert to solve that problem. I see people are asking about how do you create an AI avatar. That is a whole separate webinar. So we'll definitely reach out to Pace, let them know you're interested. Maybe we can add that into the series at a later date. But yes, I do teach a webinar on how to create an avatar. Now, what about myth busting videos? 5 myths about, see, I can barely say myth. Now, my avatar could probably say that very, very succinctly. Myths about your industry or the truth about a common belief. It sparks curiosity and it delivers valuable education. Or what about a quick tutorial format? How to achieve a desired result in under 60 seconds. It gives immediate actionable value your viewers appreciate and share. You'll notice that each one of these has that hook as the very beginning. Struggling with this problem, here's the fix. That's a hook. 5 myths about whatever your industry is, that is a hook. Okay. All right. What about customer transformation stories? Nothing sells like results. You can share success stories, testimonials, or before and after transformations. These videos build credibility and show potential customers what's possible when they work with you. Keep it simple. Introduce the customer's challenge, show the journey, and reveal the outcome. You don't need fancy editing, just authentic storytelling is what resonates. Even filming a customer, a quick testimonial on your phone creates a powerful social proof. Day in the life content. This is kind of like behind the scenes, but you could show your morning routine, your coffee prep, or how you plan your day. Midday, you could capture client meetings, product creation, or problem solving moments. Afternoon, share wrapping up projects, preparing for tomorrow, or reflection time. These type of videos humanize your business and it helps audience connect with your journey, what you are doing. They're incredibly easy to film throughout the day with minimal effort because again, you're already doing it. Now, filming like a pro with just your phone, here's some of my best tips. Natural lighting. Film facing a window, of course, during the daytime. Natural light is free and it's flattering and it requires zero equipment. Make sure that that window, right, has soft light coming in. What I don't want are harsh shadows on your face or you're having to look into the sun. If the window is too harsh on you, you can put like a sheer drape across it and it softens it, like diffuses it. And we call that beauty light. You don't want to film with the window behind you because it's going to create you as basically a shadow, right? And there'll be shadow all over your face and people won't be able to see because the light is too bright behind you. Using a tripod, I think, is just mandatory. Shaky footage really screams amateur, right? You can prop your phone against books, you can use a tripod, you can stick it in a mug or a shelf. Stability instantly elevates the quality of your video. Clear audio. I think audio matters more than the video quality. Film in quiet spaces. Get close to your phone's microphone or invest in a mic that you either wear or a podcasting mic that can sit on the table next to you. A mic that is dedicated to what you are saying, and then it doesn't really pick up all of the room noise, which can get very, hard to hear. And then think about framing and composition. So this might be a little bit of an advanced move, but you can do it. Use your phone's grid feature. You can enable that in your camera settings. So remember, I want you to be filming vertical for most of these types of videos. Position your eyes in the top third of the frame and leave a little bit of headroom to avoid cutting off the top of your head, or if you want to have text up there. But that way you are looking at the person that's viewing you. Again, you want that eye connection. That's how people feel that connection with you. Whether you decide to hold your phone vertical or horizontal depends on where the video is going to be played. So vertical for Reels and TikTok and YouTube Shorts, horizontal only if you're creating YouTube long form content. Stick to vertical for maximum platform compatibility. Another example of when you might want to shoot horizontal is if you're doing what we call like an explainer or homepage video or profile video for the front of your website. Those are typically long horizontal. But most all of the other social platforms, the vertical is the really the industry standard right now. Now that could change, but right now that vertical is the 9:16 is the proportion to create those vertical videos, TikTok, Reels, that style. Think about cleaning up your background a little bit. So wherever you're filming, remove any clutter that's there, straighten up your wall art, and create visual interest without distraction. You don't want it detracting from you. So a tidy background keeps the focus on you and your message. I do like to wear solid colors because busy stripes and patterns, big flowers, it distracts from your message. Solid colors in your brand palette keeps the visual focus on you. And test your setup first. This, I think, is a great tip, and most people don't do this. They just hit the go button and start recording. Record a little 10-second clip before filming your full video. That way you can check your lighting, you can listen to what the audio sounds like, you can look at the framing and the background. This saves time and frustration because you can evaluate that little 10-second clip and make your adjustments before you film a whole video, right? So you don't have to go back and redo it. So there are a lot of editing apps, and simple editing really can make an impact. So editing apps that I use and recommend, CapCut really is an industry favorite. Again, this is an app on your phone. InShot, perfect for quick edits, adding text and transitions. And of course, Canva. Canva has an editing capability right in the platform itself, and it's very user-friendly. So typically for a lot of my clients that are just starting out, I do recommend Canva, but CapCut, InShot are good. And don't forget the native apps inside TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, they have editing capabilities in the app itself, and they work really, really well. A couple of things to remember that you want to do with your editing. Trim the dead space at the beginning and at the end. And what I mean by that is if you don't have somebody filming you, you're going to have to turn your camera on and then walk over to where you're standing or sitting. That you walking over, that's dead space. That is not part of your video. So you got to trim that off. Same at the end. It's still going to be playing and you're done. End with a smile, start with a smile, and then you walk and turn it off. You got to trim that part off. You also want to think about adding text captions for accessibility. You want to make your videos accessible to everyone. Use jump cuts to remove pauses. And what do I mean by that? Say you're talking and maybe you lose your train of thought for a minute and there's a little pause or you stumble on a word. You can cut that out, right? And then another tip is if you do stumble or pause, take a breath, start again, but you smile and then start. You'll be able to make that cut and then join those clips together side by side. That's a quick cut or a jump cut. Boom, boom. rather than having to use a transition that can be kind of awkward like that. Quick cuts, jump cuts are very industry standard. So know that you can do that if there's a big awkward pause. Think about including background music at low volume to maintain the energy and the feel, the emotion that you want in your video. All right, writing scripts that feel natural. Because even the most confident speakers benefit from a script. And the key is to make it sound conversational, not robotic. I see a question, how long should the video be? If we are specifically talking video shorts right now, 15 seconds, 30 seconds is long. 30 seconds is long these days. So for long form video, a minute, anything after a minute, people really tend to fall off. So I would say long form goes between 30 seconds and a minute. Short form video, probably in the 12-second to 15-second range. Could be a little bit longer, but that's a nice sweet spot. We're talking social media videos that people are just flipping through, watch for like 15 seconds, and they are on to the next one. Okay, here's my simple script formula. Your hook, right? We talked about a hook. You want to grab that attention in under 3 seconds with a bold statement or a question. Then you're going to address the problem. Identify the pain point your audience is experiencing. And then the solution. Deliver your tip, insight, or clearly answer. Be concise. And don't forget a call to action. You're making these videos because you're a business owner. So you need to want the people watching it to do something. Tell viewers exactly what you want them to do next. Is it visit your website, sign up for your webinar, sign up for your newsletter, whatever you want them to do, that's your call to action. All right. Now, a few script writing tips. Now, remember I said I use ChatGPT, but I incorporate these tips when I am working with ChatGPT. Write how you speak. Use contractions and casual language and sentence fragments. If you would not say it in normal conversation, don't write it for your script. Read it aloud. If it sounds stiff, rewrite it. Keep your sentences short. Long, complex sentences, they're harder to deliver naturally. Break your ideas into bite-sized pieces. Use a lot of periods, and your brain is going to absolutely thank you. Use bullet points, not paragraphs. Write key talking points instead of word-for-word scripts. Now, my caveat here is if you're having ChatGPT write your script, I have them write my script word for word, especially on a short form video. If you start going off on a tangent and then got to come back, you'll be way over your short form video length. So if I'm going to do a short form video, I absolutely have ChatGPT write it for me word for word, and I read it word for word using a teleprompter app on my phone. All right. So people want to know, what is B-roll? B-roll is footage that you shoot or use stock images of, and it's telling your story. It's complementing what you are saying, right, visually. So it could be anything that helps move your story along visually, supporting what you're saying at that moment. And the reason to use B-roll is a lot of times you don't want to be on camera that whole time. And sometimes showing whether it's text or images or video clips can help move that story along and just make it a little more interesting. So it could be you sitting at your desk, getting ready for work, walking towards your office, time lapse of something, you with your team, whatever's relevant to what you're talking about in your video. All right. Mastering that video hook. The hook is everything. You have approximately 1.3 seconds to stop somebody scrolling past your content, and that is not a typo. It's less than 2 seconds to capture the attention and convince somebody that your video is worth their time. So, hooks, different types of hooks. A pattern interrupt hook. Stop scrolling if you, whatever it is, or here's what nobody tells you about, whatever it is. it breaks that scroll pattern and it creates that curiosity enough to hopefully have them watch your video. Specific number hooks. And what do I mean by that? We as people like numbers and we like odd numbers. 3 mistakes costing your customers, or the $500 lesson I learned. It gives a concrete value in a statement. And what about relatable question hooks? Ever wonder why XYZ, or struggling with XYZ? It immediately connects with the viewers experiencing that challenge. And of course, I want you to be the expert who can answer those questions. Now, here's some hook examples by industry. So I would like some volunteers to, in chat, tell me what type of industry you're in. So we'll give you guys a second, and do not be shy. Just post in chat a couple of industries that you're in. Okay, I see photography, Amazon e-commerce, life coaching. Perfect. All right, so Jeannie, let's unmute a couple of these people and let's come up with some ideas together.
Sure. Let's go with who was the first one? Adam.
Adam, can you unmute? If you raise the hand icon, perfect. We can ask you to.
There we go.
Adam?
Yes, hello.
Hi, what type of industry? You said photography?
Yeah, I do photo and video production services.
Perfect. So very similar to me. So I would say you could either fall under a service-based business or a creative business. So if you wanted a hook related to photography or video for a service-based business, let's look at what we have posted over here. So the number one mistake I see clients make. So what is the number one mistake you think your clients are making?
Probably consistency.
Okay, so let's use that. So that would be your hook. The number one mistake I see clients make is consistency. That would be the hook, the start of your video. You would be saying that, and I would have big animated text saying
Yeah.
that. You see how I'm saying that's how I would use this style of hook, right?
Yeah.
What about nobody talks about this part? What would that be for your business?
Nobody talks about how much effort goes into.
Or what about posing? Because you want to make it short. What about
yeah,
posing? So
posing,
nobody
yeah.
talks about this part. It's posing. Let me give you my 3
Yeah.
best tips for your best photo poses. That would be a
Yeah.
great hook, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Let me see somebody else want to raise your hand and let's try it with your business. Catherine. Catherine, did you raise your hand? I thought I saw you. Jeannie, I'll let you handle this part because I'm
Okay.
hitting the wrong buttons.
You know what? I'm gonna go. So who was the second one after Adam? Let's see. That was Margarita. Margarita, are you there? Or you know what, Ronnie, I'm just gonna go with the people who raised their hand.
Perfect, perfect.
So
So
that's Keisha.
Hi, everyone. Happy holidays.
oh, happy holidays, Keisha. Hi.
So I did a product shoot of my sugar-free chocolates, and you talk about posing. I had to use so many different things to different ways to pose the chocolate to where it can be attractive. I even went so far as to put some cooking oil on my chocolates to make it shiny.
That is very smart. I have done food photography for decades. So, yes, shooting food is its own, set of magical techniques. But I'll give you just off the top of my head a couple. Backlight your food. And so yours chocolate, backlight it because that way you're
I
going to get
used a light box.
Okay, but I'm still saying backlight it. And that means the light is a little bit behind the actual product. It will give a
Okay.
lovely little what we call a rim light on it. And then you're going to want to fill it from the front. So you've got your light, your main light behind it, and then you're going to fill it with either white cards or another light in front. That is the way food is going to look its best. The other
Okay.
thing that I want you to do is look at other samples of your type of product. So whether it's individual chocolates or look at things that you think are beautiful. I don't want you to copy anything, but you have to look at what other people are doing so that you can learn some of those techniques.
Do
Food,
you suggest that we use these new AI tools to where we can take a picture of our product and they have the background for it?
so
It can drop it into any kind of scene.
yeah, so let's talk. Food is its own special thing. So there are industry requirements, regulations on saying something is your real food and it's not. So that's the only reason I would be careful of that. If it's your food and you change the background, that's, I don't, I'm not an attorney, but that would be better than having them AI your food. Then it's not your food. Photo, showing food that you are selling really has to be your food. So that's the one area that I would be a little nervous with. But if they're not changing your image, just changing the background, you'd have to do a little bit of research on that. But if you're having AI create an image of your food that isn't real, I think you could get into problems with that.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, so who do we have next?
Yes, next we have Catherine. I'm gonna allow you to talk.
Perfect.
Hello, thank you. This is a wonderful webinar. I
Oh, I'm
appreciate
so
it.
glad.
I'm a small business counselor, and I actually work with people in Washington and Oregon. I'm looking at the topics that you've got and looking at the 12 to 15 seconds and thinking, how in the world do I answer a question like, what is the best legal structure for my business in 15 seconds other
So
than
so
saying,
let's
let me
back
talk to
up
you?
for just a minute.
Sure.
The 12 to 15 seconds is just what we're talking about, short form video. But everything that I'm talking about applies to a 30-second video or a 1-minute video or a 2-minute video. You
Okay.
you need to know where you're going to post it and who you're sending it to. If you're doing a 1 or 2 minute video and you're posting on social, most people aren't going to watch the whole thing, right? What you, I think, would benefit from is having long form video on YouTube and doing
Okay.
short form video as like a teaser to get them to, excuse me, go to your YouTube channel to watch the longer video. So you say coaching, your short form could be, if you're not doing this, you're leaving money on the table. And,
Right.
watch my, follow my YouTube channel or watch the rest of my tips on my YouTube channel. And then you give
Yeah.
a link to your YouTube channel. And then you can have long form. YouTube is amazing. It's great for long form. Then you can break it up into chapters and go as long as you want. So people on YouTube are going there for longer form content, more information. But for short form video, which is what we're talking about, remember at the beginning, I said all the tips are good no matter how long your video is. But I would use social media to drive people to your YouTube channel, or better yet, to your website where you have that long form content.
Thank you. Does YouTube still ask you to um, dump, I'll hate to use that word, 100 videos in the first month
No,
to
no,
get the attention of the algorithm?
no. The more videos that you have, the better it is for your channel for a number of reasons. But no, that has nothing to do with, in my understanding, the algorithm works on keywords and key phrases these days. So you have to really do a deep dive into what those keywords and key phrases that people are looking for that you have the answer to. If you go to the search bar in YouTube, you can start typing. So for example, I wanted to do a video on email marketing. I typed in email and then I was going to type marketing. All I got was MA and it dropped down 20 different topics for videos. Those are
Okay.
not just suggestions. Those are 20 things that people actually searched for. So I would kind of play that game with YouTube in your industry, see what people are actually searching for, and then think about how could you make a video that aligns with what people are actually searching for. And in your video, make sure that you're using those keywords and key phrases. Make sure that you're doing closed captions with
Hmm.
those keywords and key phrases because the algorithm can't understand what your video is saying yet. It probably will at some point. But right now it needs the transcript and it needs the captions to understand. So that's why your captions are important. The keywords and key phrases also go in your description. The algorithm then says, oh, this video is really about this. I'm going to show this video to people that are looking for those things. So that's
Right.
how the algorithm can help you.
Could you use Keyword Sheeter to find those keywords to put into the
I have
video?
not used that. I know that there are things like that. I don't have any experience with that. But personally, I would do your own research to start. You can always supplement with another app like
Right.
that. But I want all of you to do your research into your competitors. That is such an easy way to bring you up to speed what is not only trending but being successful. Look and see competitors that have a lot of views, a lot of comments, and see if you can figure out ways to, again, don't want you to copy anything, but how you can incorporate some of those ideas into your own content.
Right, because you're using the topic of selecting a legal entity, but then you're creating your own content
But
so
when you
that you
say
can get
selecting,
copyright on it.
when you say selecting a legal entity, I don't think anybody's going to type that into a search bar. You got to figure out what people are typing into the search bar. That is the magic secret sauce. And then it can be about that topic. But if you don't know what people are searching for, they're not going to find your video. And then what were you saying
Yeah.
about copyright?
In order to get copyright, it has to be your own words and ideas. So, Ronnie, to go back to your thing, forming an LLC would actually come up on YouTube. So that
Something
would
like
actually
YouTube
be the title.
probably does come up. How to form a
Yeah,
LLC. But it would be that phrase. So you could
right,
make a video, something like, here's my best tips on how to form an LLC. That's
right.
exactly that keyword and key phrase.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, what I was thinking about too is getting copyright on the, I'll call it the transcript of the video.
To
Because if those words are words that I have created, that I haven't swiped from somebody else, I can get copyright on it
to
and
get
defend
copyright,
it.
that, again, I am not an attorney. You'd have to speak
Right,
with an intellectual property attorney about something like that.
right. I know. And you register for copyright at the US Copyright Office, so it's not a big deal.
Okay. Anybody else want to
Thank you.
jump in? Absolutely.
Margarita, you're up next. I'm going to unmute. Margarita, are you there? Margarita? Okay, I'm gonna move on to.
I'm here, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
yes,
here.
Yes.
Margarita, yes.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry. I can't hear you anymore.
Okay. Why don't we go on to the next person then?
Okay. Next one, Paula, are you there?
While we're waiting for Paula, she says your video went out. Let me know if still taking people. Yes, Paula, uh, we have made you
There
able
you
to
go.
talk. Paula, are you there? So I see a question. Is YouTube free? Yes, you can get a YouTube account. It's tied to your Google account because Google owns YouTube. All right. And Margarita says she can hear us now. So Margarita, do you want to speak?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Sorry. So my name is Margarita Granados, and I had a question. So, I recently just started Sound of Grace. So I do sell over-the-counter hearing aids on Amazon, and I saw that there was a new feature from a previous class I took. I think it's called Creative Studio, where I'm able to create like a short video advertising, and it's mainly through like AI.
And so what's your question?
Um, Is something that I can, do you think that's a good idea using AI, such as like to try and create strong messages, emotional messages, like around the holidays,
I would
for hearing
absolutely
aids?
try it. I have not tried it. A lot of the platforms have a video, something element in that. So if Amazon does, and it's, not, going to be expensive to use, maybe it's free. I would try it and see what you think. But typically, I use something like ChatGPT to write my script. I know what I want, but I also know I want to brainstorm with ChatGPT, and maybe you can do that in Amazon Creative Studio also.
Okay, sounds great. I was working on that yesterday, so I do use ChatGPT for everything. I wasn't even able to, start it. It's ChatGPT is my go-to, so I use it all the time
Me
for
too.
honestly
Yes.
everything, and it's been very helpful even to start a business.
Yes.
You just ask it a question. It's surprising how much information it just you can find on there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, Paula, I still see your hand. Can you talk, Paula?
You're up next, Paula. You can unmute yourself. There you go.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Very, very lightly.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. What type of industry are you in, Paula?
Let me turn my volume up. I do life coaching.
Okay, so you can see on the screen here, it says coaches and consultants. So you could use a hook, something like your competitors are doing this. So give me an example of what you would tell your clients. Your competitors are doing what?
Um, Competitors are saying how they can help you move on to the next level in your life or something like that.
So what would you condense that down to?
Let's deal with the head case.
Very hard to hear you, Paula. So I'm going to just give you an example for
Can you
me,
hear me?
because a lot of times I will do coaching and consulting with people that want to do video content, right? So if I said to somebody who is in a service industry, they're like, I need help with my social media, right? So I would say, your competitors are doing this. They're using AI to help their content, to help create that library of content that they need. So that would be a hook. Your competitors are doing this. They're using AI. And then you go into an explanation of that in the video that you're creating. Or what I wish
So
I
I
knew
would have
before.
to use. So I would have to say your competitors are
Only if you want to use that hook. That's just an example.
okay.
So it could
Okay.
be the secret to, you know, a better
Okay.
first
Yeah.
quarter
That.
2026, and you would tell
Yeah,
them
that would be
what that is.
more into what I'm doing because I don't. I
So all
and
this is
my
showing you how to use the concept of a hook no matter what type of industry that you have. Okay.
got it.
I see Jeanette saying verify all information you get from ChatGPT. And it says it warns you the answers could be wrong. Absolutely. I have an event coming up and it is on a Wednesday, and ChatGPT gave me all of this information about my event on a Tuesday. So it was wrong. And I called it out on that. I said, hey, that's wrong. And it goes, oh, sorry. So yes, you have to absolutely not take what ChatGPT or any large language model is giving you word for word, because it can absolutely make mistakes. Anything that it gives you, you need to put your own experience and expertise on top of. Absolutely. Jeanette, thanks for bringing that up. All right. All right. So let's keep going here for a minute. Here's your video action plan. Week 1, you're going to set up and test. Decide where you want to film, test your lighting, test your audio, download whatever app you're going to use, and film 3 practice videos just for you. Week 2, now you're going to create the content. Plan 5 videos ideas using some of the content types that we talked about. Write simple bullet point scripts and then film all 5 videos in one session. I would take those bullet point scripts because I know if I leave me to just ramble on off bullet points, I'm going to be way over my time limit. I'm going to be going into left field. I would use an actual script that you either write or use something like ChatGPT to write. Week 3, you're going to edit and then you're going to post those videos. Edit your videos using really basic techniques. You're going to add the captions, you're going to add music. Post your first video without overthinking it. Then you're going to build momentum. Post 3 to 5 times a week. If you can't commit to that, post once a week. Just be consistent. Analyze what's working. Look at the analytics on all of your posts. Engage with comments. I can't tell you how important that is. And then refine your process. Here's a couple of common mistakes to avoid. Posting without captions. 85% of videos are watched without the sound on. Always add captions for accessibility and the algorithm preference. Remember, I told you it needs those captions. What if you have weak call to actions? Tell viewers exactly what to do next. Follow, comment, share, save, or visit your link. Inconsistent posting. This is an algorithmic killer. Sporadic content kills momentum. Batch create your videos and post consistently, even if it's just once or twice a week. And ignoring those analytics. Check which of your videos are performing the best and double down on what's working. Let the data guide your content strategy. All right. Start creating today. You now have all these tools. You can start creating short form videos. Again, all of these best practices work no matter how long your video is, to help build trust and grow your business. Remember, your first video does not need to be perfect. It just needs to exist. Your next steps are simple. Choose one content idea from today. Write a quick bullet point script. I would then take that bullet point script you want to have ChatGPT into word for word script for you. Film a 30-second video next week and post it before you can talk yourself out of it. 30 seconds is probably a little easier to do than a 15-second. So start with a 30-second. Businesses that are winning on social media are not the ones with the biggest budgets. They're the ones who show up consistently and authentically. And that can be you. Absolutely. You've heard this quote before. The best time to start was yesterday, and the second best time is now. So grab your phone and start creating. So we have just a couple of minutes left. Again, I'm going to ask for volunteers, right? And then I'm going to show you how I use a couple of ideas into ChatGPT. All right, so Jeannie, if you can get us a couple of volunteers.
Do we have any volunteers? Yes, who wants to volunteer?
Raise a hand.
This is your chance. Catherine, yes.
Catherine?
Yes, I'm right here. I was just finding that unmute button, which seemed to go jump around.
So let's ask ChatGPT for a script. So what do you want the script? What do you want to say? And you're not giving me word for word what, you just give me an idea of what you want to say.
Sure. The best marketing idea for 2026.
Okay. Please write me a short social media video. So I tell it what I want.
Ah,
I'm going to put the top 3 marketing tips for 2026. Any particular type of businesses?
Um,
Is it
let's say for a Mexican restaurant.
okay? Perfect. I can
Do you
never
need a
spell.
location?
Nope, we're just going to go real general
Okay.
here. Okay, short, punchy social media script with room for B-roll of food, people, and restaurant scenes. Video script. Top 3 marketing ideas for Mexican restaurants in 2026. Length 30 35 seconds. Style upbeat, visual, perfect for Reels, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. On camera host, smiling in front of a vibrant restaurant backdrop. Want to spice up your marketing in 2026? Here's my top 3 ideas every Mexican restaurant should jump on. B-roll, sizzling fajitas, tacos being plated, colorful cocktails, voiceover. Number 1, flavor-led short videos. Show off your signature dishes in 5 to 7 second clips. Close-up, sizzling sounds, behind-the-scenes prep because food that looks this good sells itself. B-roll, customers scanning a QR code at the table, voiceover. Number 2, QR code loyalty programs. Make every customer a repeat customer. Simple scan for rewards, surprise freebies, and VIP taco nights keeps them coming back. B-roll, mariachi night, Taco Tuesday crowd, influencer taking a photo, voiceover. Number 3, event-driven marketing. Host micro events, Taco Tuesdays, Salsa Saturdays, Margarita Masterclasses, and promote them with local creators. Community plus culture equals packed tables. On-camera host wrap-up. Try these 3 ideas. You won't just grow your audience, you'll grow your line out the door. Vamonos. That's pretty good.
I love it. That is terrific.
So that is exactly how I use ChatGPT. I give it a vague idea, right?
Yeah.
And then I refine. Like that first sentence, top 3 ideas every Mexican restaurant should jump on. That's a little much of a mouthful. I would work on that, refining that. But overall, I think it's amazing.
It is. It could be shortened to great marketing ideas for a Mexican restaurant.
Right. Or you could turn this into a carousel post, right? So
Yes.
many ideas right here that we got in seconds,
Yeah.
seconds. So that is exactly how I use it. Absolutely. Okay, we have time for like 1 or 2 more questions. Does anybody have a question for me? Anything digital creation, content marketing?
Any questions? Please, let's put the link to the link. Okay.
All righty.
Other than that, any other questions, folks?
Oh, perfect. When is our next session?
Yes. Our next session is on January 8th.
And what's the topic on that one?
We're going to talk about, my phone is ringing, sorry. Turning views into value on YouTube.
Oh, excellent. So we're going to be talking about YouTube, and YouTube Shorts is blowing up right now. So I am excited if you can join us for the next session, right? And we'll be talking about these videos that you're going to be creating between now and then using YouTube Shorts, or if they're long form video, using YouTube itself. YouTube has been underrated. It is a wonderful place right now to help market your business.
Perfect. Ronnie, do we have your contact info?
Oh, let me put it in chat here. Perfect. So there is my email, and I will also give you my LinkedIn page. I'd love to have you connect with me on LinkedIn. Let me get that real quick here. Yeah, I put my LinkedIn link in there. And if you look on LinkedIn, my most recent post is really me on video, but a couple of them down, you'll start to see my avatars. People were interested in the avatar. So you'll see what it actually looks like and how, like I said, my most recent one is really me talking, but there's avatars mixed in there, so you can see that. And Jeannie, we'll have to brainstorm if we can swap out one, because it seems like people want to learn how to make an avatar.
Yes, definitely. I'm
All
planning
right.
next one as well. All
Okay,
right,
perfect.
folks. Thank you so much, Ronnie, for a great webinar. Everyone, please join us for our next webinar. Just what we said, January 8th, same time, 1 p.m. We'll be covering turning views into value on YouTube. Hope to
Perfect.
see
Yep.
everyone
And you
there.
can always reach out to me either way through LinkedIn, or I did put my email in there. Somebody's asking about consulting. Yes, absolutely do consulting. So
Right.
wonderful. Happy holidays to everybody.
Happy holidays, everybody.
I think PACE is what an amazing resource for all of you. So have a fabulous holiday, you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Happy holidays, everyone.